right? We are live.
We are?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We're live. Oh my. Hello, people of the internet. And those who find us on the black boxes after the ice melts thousands of years from now. I'm so sorry that this is the only remnant of civilization you have found.
How unfortunate.
How
I,
unfortunate indeed.
I will expect you to do better next time.
Anyway, we will not share with you the nuclear codes from our time. Except not.
Or will you?
Well, you need
Hmm.
to wait for
I
the
mean, I
episode.
just watch the whole stream and maybe I'll give them a shout out at the end. Who knows?
Subscribe here as OF.
All right. So first of all, the amazing people who bring us this amazing show, and also a big shout out to uh, Weird Shaman Comics for making these amazing animated portraits.
Animated.
Yes,
We are very animated. Look at my boy.
we are
Twirling his
the
mustache.
Animaniacs,
No, we're not yet.
and our volume is 30 max. I've made sure of that.
So we got Yakko, Dako, and Docs Force as our dot. Because he's
God,
so
we
darn
want
cute.
Anime.
Now you know that this is basically an orc campaign idea right there. We are the Wanimaniacs.
No, that's what I have the odd boys for.
Okay. I want one of your episodes in the future to be named the Wanimaniacs.
Maybe.
Anyway,
Maybe.
uh
When they get to the
So-
Hive City.
let's start going around the horn and doing the cards, the objectives, and the introductions in the reverse order of how I said it.
Nah.
So-
Why would I do that?
All right. Then we start in the reverse order as well. Hold on.
Oops.
Moon.
Ah.
Hello. Who
Hi.
are you and what are you doing here?
I'm Dr. Lou Moon, and I play as Docs 404.
I was mostly asking what are you doing in my house, but I'll take it.
You don't
He's
have to
fixing
ask
your
that.
toaster. What do you expect?
I
The
thought he was
toaster
like-
is broken.
I thought he was waiting outside your door to
That's
wait
what
until
you
your power
think.
goes out before he jump scares you.
Ah,
We all seen the
what
movie.
is it? Ah, I will talk about that when it's my time to do this myself. Don't worry, I have thoughts.
Just be careful. Don't push that button.
All right.
Are you talking
Okay,
about that button right above you?
Anyway, so
it's a mystery
first
one.
of all, roll your objective for the day.
Too late.
D6.
Hold on, we're rolling it per person as we're going around the horn. Yes, that's 1d6.
6.
Congratulations. That's your objective for the day. And if you were to announce it out loud, it would sound something like.
Establish your authority using the symbol of office. Probably
Alright, fair
of
enough.
your office.
Fair enough. And would you like to exchange your campaign card?
Yeah, why not? I'll try something new.
Alright. So I'm gonna take away your current card.
Okay.
Eventually, don't worry about it. Actually, drag your card to the screen.
There you go.
There you go. And
Yeah.
if we do a nice Control Z, if I remember correctly. Nope. That's not what
see
that
it.
does. Is it Alt Z? Nope, that's not what that does.
It's Shift C.
Thank you. Success is measured in blood. Play when you have suffered one or more wounds. All of the damage is instantly negated, but you may not soak further wounds for the rest of the scene. Yeah, I have had some experience with that card.
Yeah, Maximo used that once. It very helped him.
Remember 3?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just thought it might be a nice idea to change one for new sessions and such.
Well, we'll see. Your new card has been unleashed, and I can't wait to see you play it. So, next up around the horn, Crazy.
Hello. I am your friendly neighborhood player who's going to play as Muldoon, the pyromaniac and psyker of the team.
Excellent. And what is your objective today?
Extol the virtues of your training in honing your already considerable willpower. Fun.
All right. And would you like to exchange your campaign card?
I would love to.
All right. Tag your current card on the screen. And we have Praise the Machine Spirit. Choose one weapon of this out of ammunition or jam. That weapon may be reloaded or jammed as a free action once during the current scene. The weapon's wielder gains 1 wrath. I can see why you wouldn't want that.
Yeah, I can use it on anybody, so it's not bad, but nah.
Hey, he could actually get his psyker stick stuck somewhere and it be considered jammed.
Well, there's your new card. I hope you enjoy it more.
Or even worse, he becomes jammed due to a failed psychic power.
Oh no. His brain is jammed.
I guess we have to turn it into a preserve.
He did the jam. Anyway, next up on our list, Art of War.
Yes. Greetings. I am Art of War, and I play the ever loyal Lucas the Kriegsman.
Amazing. And what is your objective on this fine day?
My objective is, as I rolled a 1, I must express confidence, or the opposite, in the virtue of overwhelming numbers and firepower.
All right. That seems fairly easy. And would you like to exchange your campaign card?
Right now, no. I will hold on to it for right now.
Ah. And last but not the least, Big Mek Borgets.
Hello, it is me, Big Mek. You can go find me and my original content on X and Twitch and YouTube as Big Mek Plays. I try to VTube streams on those channels roughly around 7 p.m. CST, nearly daily. I do sadly apologize to my viewers, of course. I have not been doing much streaming this week due to my bosses. And still,
The
they're
war
infuriating
bosses?
with me. Problems. Anyways. If I go on today's episode of the, well, Hellfighters.
If your warboss is not doing things the way you like it, you can always incite a gob rebellion.
Uh-huh. Especially
Just
when
make sure you blame the gobs.
especially one of my players inside the my other campaign I run as the Odd Boys every Tuesday every week. One of my boys actually got the Red Gobbo the Red Gobbo stick of commanding.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what sticks and stones are gonna break our bones in today's session, but before that, hello everyone, it is I, Seripa, your storyteller, purveyor of evil and ne'er-do-well, as well as, interpret force of chaos in all sense of the context here. And today I shall be narrating you the tales of the harrowing adventures of Hellfighters. And no, the pun was not intended.
You should always intend your puns. Stop being a coward.
But I've also been back at the habit of content creating. And I've had a couple of streams lately doing some Deeper Galactic. And I have to say, I'm looking forward in the near future to be hitting some men with my audience. And no, I don't mean dating, I mean World of Assassination. But I also saw the aforementioned movie about animatronics killing people, and I have to say, it's an okay watch, and that is very sad. I was expecting it to be infuriatingly bad or surprisingly good.
Okay.
And it being just okay is kind of sad.
He was expecting more.
Maybe the next one will be
It's
better.
because they didn't have the one person supposed to be in it. Markiplier.
But we did get Sagi.
Yes.
Sagi is there using 1% of his power.
I thought he was the guy from Scream, but yeah.
Yeah. If Markiplier got into the movie, it would have been much better.
Yeah, Markiplier is making his own movie,
Mhm.
which is gonna be the bomb.
Good or bad? Who knows?
Oh, it's gonna be good. Come on.
Hmm.
It's about
Again.
Iron Lang, one of the most interesting horror games of recent times.
Oh boy.
A horror game that doesn't rely on jump scares? What? How could this be? Anyway, last we left off, I'm gonna do a quick recap of the session. If nobody minds. Nobody minds. Nobody minds. Last we left off, our heroes had landed. Well, they first of all met one creature known as Harus Lambda, the leading tech priest on aboard the Spear of Xerxes, who was creepy, very creepy.
Uh-huh. Very long, creepy thing.
And then they
He seemed
embarked.
nice.
And then they embarked on their quest to arrive at Amin's Bastion, and specifically the Hive City. Well, the sanctuary city of Pariender's Rest. There they first made a stop at the docks of the city, this being an oceanic world, where they met a weird individual of peculiar tastes known as the Marquis, who proved to be some sort of informant from the highborn castes of the city, now downcast due to an upsurge in the clerical powers.
Place smells funny.
Exactly. And it seems that the local ecclesiarchy may be in fact in cahoots with chaos. And to that extent, Harrow may be working with them. With that in mind, the group then departed to a secretive operation in a track and managed to disembark upon a Munitorum depot, which they were told was out of commission, but for the time, it and its servants would serve as a base of operations for anything our agents may be up to in the near future. And with our world cut out for us, the agents were introduced to the offices of their new interrogator, the one everybody knows as Aralyn, and also were left to, let's say, make themselves familiar with their own residence, where they found things to be sort of suited to their needs in a way. Well, to the needs of their kind, one would say, more so a generic approach than a specific one. And we're also introduced to a whole new concept in the form of requisition orders. Peculiar side quests left on a mission board from the higher echelons of the Inquisitor's finest. There for agents to complete at their own leisure, and should they wish to. The rewards for these may be quite fruitful. But, with a few weeks' time since our last session, and a supposed assumption that the characters have talked about with each other about these, I would like to hear what our players think should be their plan of approach for the acquisition orders currently available to them.
Well,
Now, to lay the groundwork here, you can accept any of these you want. You are not obliged to fulfill them. They're more so targets of opportunity. But let's put it this way. There is not a strict, let's say, morality system tied to this where somebody will like you more or less if you do his requests or not. But the rewards can be quite powerful, as you two can see.
Well, if there are not quotation mark punishments or repercussions, if we are not completing some or another, I think it's best if we just take all.
However, I will say that as long as you have, let's say, an active assignment from from one of these characters, you will not be receiving further assignments in the future until you complete it.
it's technically one
abandoned.
class at a time.
One quest per NPC at a time. And there's 3 NPCs. So basically, if you don't grab one now, I might have a new one next time you come here, or after a while. These requests are unique to the current location, so all these quests can only be done within Periandor's Rest. Specifically the sector you are in right now. Different areas will have different quests, and if you don't like a quest, as I said, you can just not take it, and I might change it out in the future. After some time, of course. With that in mind, choose accordingly.
Let's see. Well, can I get a maximum overview of the 3 quests again? Unless there's somewhere.
They're a little bit above in the chat. Right above the entity.
If not, I have a copy of what were the objectives and rewards for.
The text messages are right above the pink box that you got when you enter Roll20.
Aha. None of these missions that Maximo can actually achieve well enough, so he just goes with the party. Maybe the first and second one will probably be easier for the party itself. The third one, Well, Maximo has no way of achieving such things easily.
Well, you would also have to acquire comlits.
Yep.
That's true.
You would have to steal one and then proceed to plant it on the enemy. So
Something Docs 404 can probably achieve the best because of his he's
I mean, still one, not necessarily. The ways with these you can achieve such equipment is actually rather easy. You are in a depot.
Look for
I'm
one.
su- I'm sure Aralyn could provide you with one, considering it's a, you know, gadget of function within the organization you work with. For example, for the first one, you would most likely need a pick recorder or some other device that can, record visual information.
don't we have Docs 404 for that?
Depends. Does one of Doc's 404's augmatics allow him to record footage?
Data slate. I don't think so. I got an autoquill.
I think. Don't you have an optical macadendrite?
Yeah. Has a magno-ocular scope and Presence goggles.
Macadendrite's optical. All right, it's that one. Yeah, sorry, I thought it was the one that allows you to also record stuff. Some of you should have. It has become I have become aware that. Hold on. Has Muldoon added these? Yes. Yes. So have you added the stuff you would get from the curriculum kit docs?
Thought I did.
It doesn't seem that way.
it?
Yeah, you might wanna
Okay.
do it real quick. But yes, let's go see what items the curriculum kit gives and add those items to your equipment. So,
Would I get
well,
those?
it's all in the core book in equipment, tools and
Okay.
equipment. So while he's doing that, yeah, currently none of you have a pick recorder or similar device, as far as I'm aware.
Nope.
None of you have a bottle of Amasec, and none of you have a comlits. So all of these is stuff you would have to obtain equipment before you can before you can fully complete them. But hey, I guess that puts all of these quests on equal grounds.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Well, first of all, how many of us could use grenades effectively?
Maximo
Probably
could.
to
effectively use a grenade, you just need to do a DN3 ballistic skill test.
fantastic.
you're better.
I have one dice for it.
But the thing is, Maximo has the strength to hardball the grenade to someone.
You can fastball a grenade to someone. What do you? You can just.
I probably Maximo's strength is small enough to.
Last time.
He could probably knock over a
That is
space
not
marine by hitting him in
fastballing,
the
that is
face.
Straight up rocketing.
One
the
at a
grenade.
time, please. One at a time. Technically, I would argue that if you really that since you do have something for improvised attacks, right? I think.
Something
Doesn't
about getting.
Maximo
Maximo, I don't think it has anything about improvising attacks.
Yeah, there is a talent in Redact Records too, which allows you to do more stuff with improvised attacks. If one of you got that, you could technically use grenades as improvised throwing weapons to damage somebody and then have it explode on them.
God damn it.
I need to get that talent so I can have my big friendly rocks.
Yeah, big friendly grenades.
Or just big friendly rocks. I just pick up a rock and just raw.
Maximo
forget-
killed three. Maximo killed 3 men with a grenade and then it exploded.
Don't forget to put smiley faces on it with googly eyes.
To whom I concern.
Alright, so I'm guessing we are trying to get the explosive weapons and get a visual on the field equipment. If we are enjoying so much the grenades and grenades related stuff.
Just tell me which ones you guys want to accept.
We can get the high quality bottle of MSEC much easier.
Can you?
By Maximo.
Ah, yes. Maximo, known wine connoisseur.
Of course, I don't get drunk off of it as easily.
So, question: do you want all three, or is there some you don't want?
I can take all three. That's what was suggested by our psyker.
All right. Know that until you, does everybody agree with taking all three?
I think so.
Lucas?
If everyone wishes to follow course with picking all three, as let's face it, we're all gonna be on equal footing on all of them, go for it.
All right. Just so we're clear, since you have picked all three, you will not be gaining any new requisition orders until you've completed at least, a few of them, or you've abandoned some. All three MPs are currently locked on a quest. You can abandon them at any time as long as you're at your base. And again,
Okay.
no repercussions.
All right then.
All right. Hold on a moment. Just help Moon for a second. Moon.
Yeah.
Page 239 on the document, on the core rule book. At the top of the page, it says Curriculum Kit. And there it lists a bunch of items. You add those items to your equipment.
Okay. Alright, I tried to find it, but I couldn't.
Yeah, you see the items it lists there?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the items you add. And of course, their effects, just so you don't have to open the book every time. So, with all these here and active, now I'd like to ask a different kind of question. Well, not ask.
No, you cannot have chicken nuggets.
Alright, fine.
Wow.
Just ran out.
So, party. You have all been sort of relaxing, grabbing whatever reprieve you can get between this here orientation and your next assignment. Trying to get some things together, rest a little, get everything flowing the way it should.
Mm-hmm.
Until a scratching noise on the Voxcaster outside your rooms calls you to attention.
Don't we have beads for that? Is Maximo Grog's awake?
Well, yeah, but somebody yelling at your beat to get your attention out of nowhere is,
Quite startling.
Yeah, we might want to avoid try and avoid giving guardsmen heart attacks.
Wasn't that the purpose of the guard?
Getting heart attack?
The guard attack, yes.
Oh, that's
An
why,
average Imperial Guardsman suffers a guard attack every 15 minutes.
so that's why they are so many dead.
So many are.
All right. I don't live through that. So as you all, I assume, summon yourselves to the hallway outside your rooms,
Mm-hmm. Maximo.
after you hear the Voxcaster basically call for you, the clicking of the familiar click of voice message being activated plays as you hear interrogator Arlen's voice saying, Hellfighter Squad, please present yourselves to to my strategium for debriefing on your first mission. I repeat, Hellfighter Squad, present yourself to the strategium for debriefing on your first mission.
All right.
Muldoon
Maximo will
is
start
just
heading that way.
Same.
I assume so is Docs,
Yep.
and it would appear Lucas is not here, so that's going to be fun to explain. So, as you walk there, is there anything you would like to discuss? Making your way to your first assignment under your new interrogator.
Good morning. Did you get good sleep?
Well, yes. Weirdly, yes.
You didn't get
How
any
about
strange
you?
messages, did you?
Couple of assignments, yes.
Mm.
I didn't find the accommodations of my room seems to be adequate.
Maximo will nod at that. I wonder where the masker's at. He's unusually missing. Maybe he's already there, or maybe he left.
Well, hopefully not.
Should we go check room, see if he is?
And disobey the interrogator? No, thank you.
As you all are discussing this, you hear the sounds of sprinting behind you as you turn around and see Lucas quickly fixing around the pipes of his gas mask and refixing it in place as he's sprinting after to catch up with the rest of you.
Ah, there he is.
Forgive-
I don't know.
Forgive me.
He's running differently what he usually is.
Forgive me. I had business in the latrine to take care of.
Oh, now I understand. I guess the food here was a bit different.
Docs,
Yes.
another instance reminding you the flesh is weak, the machine is strong.
Even machines can still deal with crap.
So the
My
one who needs
body
an
is a
oil.
machine that turns food into.
That's the one who needs an oil change.
So, in any case, with Lucas running after you with a piece of toast in his gas mask,
The filter is just a toast.
Oh god, we really went through anime.
Where is the truck?
I mean, we are really animated today, aren't we? I say,
I s-
pointing at the screen.
I seen enough cartoons to know where this is going. Mama never liked it when I saw those.
Alright, where's the terrace? Not terrace. What is,
Where's truck? Where's the truck?
Anyway, yeah, you all arrive at in the interrogator's office, aka the Strategyum.
Yeah, Maximo
where
just stuck in and says, "Good morning, Miss Erling. How was your rest?"
He holds a hand up to your location, currently talking with a fellow in the adepts of a tech in the robes of a tech adept,
Oh, my apologies.
and you hear her say that. First of all, the first thing you see is the circular cogitator in the center of the room is generating a holographic projection of the sector you're in. Buildings, states, creating, but it's not fully complete. It's more like, slowly generating like a 3D printer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you hear her say to Tech Adept, "So, in short, I want a detailed map of all the surface and subsurface areas of the sector, and the comlits inside all enforcer stations and ecclesiarchy temples nearby. This must be done with utmost expedience. Deliver this information to your superiors and inform me immediately of what the response was. You understand that, Adept?" "Yes, Lady Aralyn. It will be done with utmost haste, as you request." "Good. Dismissed. Return to your business." "Yes, lady." And as he passes by all of you, you all stand aside for him to walk out, I assume. And he gives you all a nod with a data slate in his hand and a monoquill. Sorry, an autoquill. And Aralyn then
Interesting
turns.
monoquill.
Yeah. And then Aralyn turns and puts her hands on her desks and says, "Well, a fine morning to all of you. I hope you have found your accommodations to be satisfying."
There's a few lumps, but I got it work. It's someone left something in bed and I crushed it.
"I see. Have any of you have similar issues, or is everything fitting for your needs?"
well, my room works fine.
Mine wasn't adequate.
"Excellent. Well, in that case, I have received your newest mission from the Inquisitor. You will find that there is some files being delivered to your data slates as we speak," she says while working the cogitator with one hand. And shortly you see a beeping light on your data slates informing you that you have received something.
Is Maximo's data form of a data slate is like a giant Apple Watch?
You got mail.
It's a laptop literally strapped to your wrist.
It's more so, imagine, how data slates are like tablets?
Yeah.
To make your life easier, yours is more like an oversized Nintendo Switch.
So an
Simpler
iPhone 15, huh?
Yeah, simpler buttons.
Similar buttons. Oh boy.
Simpler.
Could I just at least have a stylus?
I say you all have a stylus.
There we go. Maximo uses the stylus delicately. It has reinforced armor crystal glass to keep me from shattering it so easily. Because of the hard pressing. And yes, my tablet does have games on it. They just don't know.
It has a game where you play as a little Aquila shooting projectiles at little chaos symbols. It's called Galligus.
Mm-hmm.
It also has Pongus. It's a game with a little ball and two Space Marine helmets going up and down.
I thought it was just more of a chaos helmet versus chain swords bouncing around. Just how many times you bounce a helmet across
It
with
can
the
be
chain
that too.
swords.
Anyway, as you all open your data slates, I assume.
Yep.
Yes. You find that what you've received is identification details on about 2 dozen Imperial citizens, listing such information like occupation, age, height, weight, and other data that seems to be important to your task. These are all loyal citizens of the Imperium, who, in some regard, have grown wise to the corruption within the ecclesiarchy. Some may be zealous fanatics whose knowledge of the scriptures led them to find some contradictions in the psalms of the city in recent times. Others are destitute ex-guardsmen with enough wit to know the marks of heresy when they see them. In short, under normal circumstances, these people would be taken for interrogation and captivity by the Inquisition. But, as you may understand, these are not normal circumstances. And our master, Inquisitor Maddox, requires soldiers for this little secret war of ours. He has deemed some of these people to be, well, the perfect instruments for one of his ploys. To work for the Imperium in secret as spies, militiamen, as well as saboteurs. They will be here to do the smaller tasks initially left to your reject squadrons. But as you may understand, with time and the escalation of conflict, we have had little windows of opportunity to see to these tasks in the current moment. So, these people will serve to see to them, while you tackle the greater tasks. Now, the question may arise, why am I informing you of this? What does this have to do with your mission? Any ideas?
Because it is part of our mission, ma'am.
We need to gather them and inform them what we are planning.
Not necessarily. These people have already been gathered, and they are waiting in, let's say, certain underground facilities where you will find them. See,
We need a
as
distraction.
not necessarily.
Ah,
As the renowned Hellfighter squad, you are to take point in this operation. You are one of the most successful squads during this whole endeavor, and you will take over some rudimentary training of these new recruits. These will include some surface training on espionage technology, as well as combat and sabotage. The Inquisitor entrusts you with full operational control, as do I, meaning you have been given the freedom to tackle this training with an approach of your own, unsupervised. I would like you to focus on getting them as quickly as you can, and making sure that by the time you get back here, they understand the basics, so that they may survive a day on the field and provide us with valuable work that would be otherwise left undone and leave us with many gaps in our, well, information, the currency of our order. Do you understand your task?
Hmm. So find them, train them, and bring them back.
No. Find them, train them, and come back.
Oh,
Malden nods.
so by any means, or just tell them?
Basically, you guys will take over how the training is done, how you're gonna decide to do it once you get there and see the situation is up to you. And essentially, you've been given your intel, you've been given your job. Now, all that's left is for you to go there and see what you have to do.
All right.
Alright. So we're building our own resistance force for here or something.
If I may, interrogator,
Yes.
we acquired some side jobs that could benefit the Emperor, but we need some extra equipment for it. Namely, some what could help us gather some field intelligence and some comliches. Would you be so would you be so generous to help us out, maybe?
I can see what I can do about that. Can you explain to me the nature of your need? So basically, above game, each session, every character can make one influence test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically, um, since what you're asking for, I assume is a pick recorder and a comlits,
Mm-hmm.
one of you will take over requesting one while somebody else requests the other. On a
Mm,
basically a success will have her spare some resources to go get someone to find one, while a failure will mean that she currently cannot dispose people to such an endeavor.
all right.
Hmm.
I rocking with 4 dice. With influence.
Got 3. If she had the Adeptus Mechanics as key or anything, that would be easier.
Let me see if she does. She has a lot of keywords. Nope, she's administratum.
Yeah.
Mm,
If so, I would use my intelligence instead of fellowship for it, so.
should I try the Comlich one because crafting request is probably a better thing. Like we just ask what we want.
I mean,
Like,
if you can't get now, you can just ask her next time you're here.
mm. No, I'm just asking should we try the higher dice one on the potentially more or better stuff?
I
On the
mean,
other
if I could
side of
find the
the
other tech priests that we just met or something, we could probably ask them if they could assist with that.
Hmm,
But I don't know.
well, you could just make one.
Maybe. But
So,
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I would say it would probably the picked reporter would be easier to go for. The data leech, I'm
Yeah.
not really too familiar with its rarity and all that. And the rare bot of Emasec, I don't know if Mexico could even try that.
I'm not even trying that. No.
That is kind of
I think
that's
that's
something
the
you guys
actual
are gonna
thing.
have to find through other means, basically.
Can we just not go to our main Inquisitor guy and say, hey, you got one to spare at least?
Okay, so basically to explain why you shouldn't do that, you're gonna be asking your interrogator to send people out there to find a bottle of wine in the middle of a very tight budget operation where we're gonna rarely spare manpower.
We can still put it underneath the informant's name, you know? That weird guy.
What
He's
informant? I mean, you can go to him and ask him for one, yes, but you can't
yeah.
ask Ireland to go and find one for you.
Not even to say pretty please with the cherry on top.
I mean, can you provide here the three administratum guys that's gonna take for them to go find that?
I'm Maximo.
Yeah,
Basically, they have
We'll
other
figure it
stuff
out.
that needs doing, which like
Yeah, why
finding new
waste?
equipment is fine, but finding you like luxury needs like that is no.
Yeah,
This
why waste
is
time
a crazy
getting
thought
wine?
on. May
Sorry.
I interject on something real quick? Just a thought came to mind. You know how we're
Mhm.
supposed you know how one of the things we have to do is put a leech in their VOTS network. What if we use that to find, say, shipping supply, shipments, travel routes, etc.? That's a good way of finding possibly them shipping, stolen high value medical and munitions equipment. Just a thought.
In a shrine world city? That's gonna be interesting. But let's do it.
Sorry, what? I had to step away for a moment. What happened? I heard something about drugs and a van.
Okay, let me explain. One of the things we've been requested to do is put a comm leech on the local Ecclesiarchy bots network. Well,
Mhm.
what if the traders are using that network to say to say mass certain shipments and supply routes? We could use that to find said routes, raid it, and in turn maybe find the high quality bottle of Amasec.
Another
Just
stuff. So, college.
correct. Plus, we would also be, at that point, gathering visual intel on enemy field equipment because we'd be seeing what they're shipping as well and knowing what they're possibly
Provided
capable
you
of.
have a pick take order by then.
Correct.
Sorry.
We're still at
So,
the point of getting this equipment.
all right. God damn it, Nergo. Yeah. Then if it's okay, I'm going to try my influence test to get the accomplish.
All right.
And
Hmm. That's not so good. Would you
that's
like
not
to
so
roll
good.
it with Wrath?
Yes, I would love to.
All right, go
Wrath,
right ahead.
please let me. Let me. It's not letting me. Pull it
Just
out.
click a roll and we'll fix it.
All right.
Oh, there you go. 5, exactly what you needed. So you're able to convince Arlene that you require the common leads because you know the crafting order. You could get some pretty powerful stuff from the Mechanicus, and she agrees that she's gonna have a common leads ready for available for you in the essentially in your residence areas and when you're back. Now, about that
Nice.
pick tech order. Who wants to make the test for that one?
Mm,
Well, Maxima has an influence of 3.
that's the same as me. How's yours, Lucas?
My influence is also at a 3, so
And he has a bad luck with it.
So for this one, you're also looking at a DN of 3,
hmm.
provided also
4.
that the pick tech order will need to be shipped to the Spear of Xerxes upon completion of the contract. So you don't get to keep it because Wolf has to get it so he can review the footage
Analyze
in it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this case, it's more or less we're loaning out the hit recorder temporarily.
Well, you're not loaning it because they will still have to go to the administratum offices, get their pick tech order. It's just you guys are not keeping it.
It's a temporary item for this quest.
Yep.
Yes.
Uh huh.
So, who wants to make the test? Keep in
Give
mind
it
that if
a
you
shot.
fail, you still have 2 more tries.
Well, Maxima will go first. Pretty please.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
All right.
No, it'll crush in your hands, Maximo. No. Oh. Oh.
All right.
Would you like to roll it or leave it to somebody else?
I'll leave it to someone else. I'm not wasting that on them.
All right.
Okay. Lucas will attempt this.
Go, man, go.
On.
See?
All right.
Oh my god.
Lucas, you explained to Arlen the tactical importance of grenades when dealing with a larger and a numerically superior foe. And if I may give you an opportunity to get 2 birds with 1 stone here, how would you explain to her how important it is to have the odds of a grenade against you when dealing with numerous foes?
Demonstration?
Now, I was saying, can you tell me your explanation of what I just said? And maybe that will help with something else as well.
Okay, so above game real quick. This is me explaining how a grenade can be useful against multiple enemies.
Basically, it's you justifying the need of grenades considering the odds against you.
Oh, in the simplest term, a grenade offers more than the kill.
No.
More than just
Say to Arlen.
okay.
Don't talk to me. Talk to the NPC and just, you are the NPC.
Now, when you hear Lucas say to Aralyn, trust me,
In
it's gonna be
character.
different. Yeah.
It's like talking to a real woman.
All right, let's get
Oh.
Lucas.
Yeah, but love it. Kurt's response. Talking to a real woman.
Come on, don't get frustrated. He's not a real woman.
She is though.
Oh. In terms of the tactical superiority have of a grenade, in this case, it allows one to thin the enemy ranks. The enemies tend to congregate in large numbers. Thus, grenade's importance becomes much more efficient in thinning them. It also adds a psychological factor in the fact in this regard, as they will now fear grouping up, making them much easier to pick off individually through mass fire, making them even more terrified and concerned for their own safety, thus fleeing from the God Emperor's wrath.
And with that, she says that she will see to getting you the pick recorder next time you're here as well. And I think that was basically Art explaining the advantages or explaining confidence or lack thereof in the face of overwhelming odds.
I was just like,
So
They're-
here,
that's just
Yeah,
my
Art.
version of it. It's just
here's a Wrath point.
all due respect. They're grenades. They go boom. Heretics die. That's all.
In Lucas's case, he explained it much more elegantly, and in the sense of, I am going to make you regret ever coming towards me to begin with.
Did
Indeed.
Lucas, meanwhile, in Maximus' head, he played out something like, "What makes me a good demo man? If I was a bad demo man, I wouldn't be here discussing it with you now, would I?" That's what happened in the Maximus version. In any case, you make your way to, well, unless you have anything else to talk with Arlen about in the strategy. Do you?
Yeah. Oh. We'll probably get more information about the area and stuff later or something, I would think. I would probably discuss maybe ways of getting access to the Ecclesiarchy's Vox network maybe for one of our missions, but I don't know, what do you guys think?
If you want to, sure.
Go for it. What's the worst that could happen?
Well, one reason why we need the data leech possibly is that we need to insert it into the Vox network of the Ecclesiarchy, possibly getting more information from their networks and seeing if they are transmitting information that we might find useful. You know, ways that possibly a way to gain access to the Ecclesiarchy network?
Not currently, I'm afraid not. But I'm sure our inevitable discourse with them will find us a way.
Very well.
All right. Is there anything else?
Not that I could think of at the moment.
Well, in that case, you will find a transport is waiting for you at the yard outside.
I hope it's not like the small transport we dealt with a while back.
No, this one is open backed.
Much better. At least I can fit without getting stuck with boxes. Box touched me
Meant,
weird last time.
yes, it is meant for civilian transportation.
Maximo would nod at that.
Assuming you all moved your transport after that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Maximo collect his equipment as well,
All right.
making sure he doesn't forget it in his room. Double checking too.
You all grab your stuff, board the vehicle, and you set off to go to that facility where where the recruits are waiting for you. On your way, there's typical city traffic in the Imperium, just slowly crossing through some of the more busy streets while parting a mass of civilians. Then the permacrate highways, where again you're slowly trudging alongside hundreds of vehicles. And after a couple of hours on the road, and very much bothered by the heat and reflections of the golden statues everywhere, you arrive at a bit of shade as the vehicle comes to a stop. The
Mm-hmm.
driver, being a typical member of the administratum that is working under your interrogator, says, "Well, here we are. Feel free to disembark, fellows."
Muldoon gets off and just stretches.
He and Maximo will climb off and just thank you for actually transporting us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, probably step off and look around the area, see where we're at.
You find yourselves standing in the shade of a kiosk, which appears to, in the past, have been a place of trade and business. And behind it is a building that, well, it the label shows a symbol of chirurgery, probably some medical store.
All right.
Hmm. I wonder. Hmm.
Do you head inside the medical store?
Why not?
All right. As you do, a chemical smell fills your nostrils, um, and you see various cabinets and uh, basically store displays with a large collection of different medical equipment and essentially medicinal drugs and substances that would aid what ails you. Sorry, cure what ails you. There is nobody there, but you do see a small open door behind one of the counters, and you do hear the sounds of somebody operating with sharp implements on flesh from the door.
Reminds me of a deli. But wrong kind, though.
Do any of you pick at the door, or
Sure.
is there something else you'd like to do?
Is there a bell?
There is no such thing as a bell.
Oh. Is there a way to contact?
You could try using your voice.
Alright, Maximo will just. Hello? Anyone
Hello?
here?
Yes, I'll be with you in just a moment, says a voice from the little room.
Okay, take your time.
I'm trying. Do you all just wait, or is there something you want to do?
Just browsing the items.
All right.
Maybe peek, see what's going on in the back. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, all right. You see a chirurgeon dressed in typical, well, not typical, a bit more fine than typical imperial citizen clothing, wearing a mask of surgery, his hair covered by a little sort of medical cap. He's wearing an intricate set of lenses and appears to be operating with a mechanical hand with various tools on it, and a normal hand carrying some sort of pliers on the head of a corpse. Seemingly, you can tell he is attempting to carefully remove an augmetic eye without damaging the machinery. He appears to be very close to completing the procedure.
Hmm.
Jump scare.
No, that would ruin the eye.
I know.
As you see him carefully extract it and take a look at it, he notices that there is no damages and places it carefully on a little container with basically some foam to keep it from being damaged, and closes it, throwing up a couple of latches, and then he carefully unequips certain instruments from his augmetic fingers before heading outside to see you all. His apron appears to be very much covered in blood, antiseptic, and other substances. And taking off his little medical cap to reveal small parts of dark hair, he lifts up his lenses and says, "Hello, welcome to my humble shop. How can I help you?"
Well, good evening, sir. We are looking
Good
for
morning.
some, if I say fresh meat.
I am not really sure why you would be here.
This place is not a deli. This is a
No, not that kind of fresh.
surgery shop.
Well, it's a medical store. Are you perhaps here on some order from somebody?
We are.
You got a name for that order?
We were here from recommended here to assist from Ireland.
Oh, you're here for Miss Sarah Lynn's package. Yes, of course. Her shipment arrived earlier today. all 24 pieces. Um, you should tell her that, and as he's saying that, he's like gesturing for you to follow him as he heads towards the little room in the back. You
Mm-hmm.
should tell her to have one in the morning and two if the in the evening, and her pain should avail her in a few days. If not, well, you may revisit me. And as he says all that, he goes to their little room in the back. I assume you guys follow him.
Mm-hmm.
Maximo, you have to crouch a little through the door for him.
Yep, I have to squeeze through the door.
Hmm. And he basically opens one of the cabinets, uh, puts some stuff aside, and flips a switch. And you see one of the tiles on the floor retreat sideways and reveal a staircase going down.
And Muldoon just goes down and, well, thank you.
Of course. And he like gestures with his hand at the staircase for the rest of you.
All right.
Nods back, starts heading in. You did an excellent job on removing that optical augmentation there.
I take great pleasure in hearing it from one of your attire.
You
Gives a
should get
nod,
out
head
more.
back
That's
in.
a strange sense of pleasure.
So you all head down the stairs?
Yep.
Is Lucas here?
Art.
Art?
Oh no, did we lose him again?
Oh my. Hold on. No, it doesn't seem like we lost him. Art, are you here? He may be muted. Or his mic may be having issues.
His gas
Or maybe you
mask
lost
is
internet.
all the chemicals.
Hold on.
We're experiencing technical difficulties. Tech Priest Maximo and Tech Priest Dogs 404 are on the case.
Yes, I believe there's an error going on.
Well, you two should do the creepy mechanical chanting and stuff, so you know.
Well, because I want everybody to be here for what I'm about to say next. Let's just do a quick 2-minute break and convene here, hopefully with Art present.
Sound like plan. I
And
will
I
go
will,
get myself some recaf. Maybe that will
I
help
will,
with the concentration.
I will be right back. Message the Art. Could somebody else also message him?
I will send the cat to harass him.
Not
Alright.
the cat.
BRB then.
So, who dies first, the Krieger or his internet?
Trust me, it's gonna be my internet.
Oh, welcome back. We are just having a small 2 minutes break because we are assumed your internet is dying and stuff. Well, hopefully it could hold out a little bit longer. Still here?
Yes.
Good. Good, good, good. The Inquisitor getting an MSAC break. The Ogre is getting caffeine. Eh. Hmm. What would the tech priest drink? Besides secret oils. Hello. Like I was just thinking, because Reaper is so the Inquisitors just go out for an MSAC break. Maxim is getting some caffeine. What would you drink as a tech priest
Hmm.
besides the secret oils, of course?
I don't think all of my insides were better placed or a bit, so
Well,
I still
you
think I
should.
have like some sort of nutrient paste or something, or probably some
Food
protein drink or something.
supplement? Ugh.
Well, I don't know. From my portrait and stuff, it's like I can't tell if I have a mouth or not.
You don't know
I
if you have a mouth and you must scream.
I just download and consume.
I see, so you are downloading your food.
I mean, there are food apps.
Hello.
Howdy.
Is everyone here?
Yes.
We don't have a Maximo yet.
Oh, we don't have maximum.
How do
Not
we
yet.
lose an Ogren already?
Hold on.
It's hard to
What?
miss.
Maximo. Go.
Summer it with bread! Alright. Or
Wait.
not.
I have an idea.
He's
Someone
gonna
messed
miss
up
out
the
on the French
mustache.
bread.
Wait, I know how to summon him. Oh no! Ireland is in danger! Well, he's dead.
Someone doesn't believe in mustaches.
Mustaches are weak and lame.
By the Omnisci, he is gone.
Alright, I has returned.
It works!
It works! It
Sorry.
works! All right, so
The little
the-
lady had hard time understanding what I wanted for my recap.
I mean, you want pumpkin spiced latte, right?
No. Vistorian hazelnut brew. Coffee shop doesn't know what a Vistorian hazelnut brew.
All right, so uh, now that I have everybody's attention, so as you're all heading down the stairs from the medicine store to what you assume to be the facility, you come upon what you can only describe as, let's say, impromptu training grounds. You see, like, a rudimentary obstacle course, a very so and so shooting range, a cogitation area that appears to be like, oh, here's all the cogitators that were barely working and nobody was using in the Imperium. Let's put them all in one room. All 10 of them.
Was this a repair press therapy room for those who are recovering from surgeries?
You have no idea what this was before. But there does appear to be a caved in tunnel on the back of this room. But more so to the point, what you see sitting around in various parts of this large room is about 24 people who appear to be just sitting there, some of them minding weapons while others are just talking, others just sitting in a corner, touching themselves. Some are just brooding. And as you all enter, they all turn and stare at you as if you just entered the saloon in the Wild West.
Hello, my name's Maximo.
You hear a voice from the back. Hi!
Lucas will say, will make no response, instead constantly giving them all a very heavy look of judgment.
I almost half expected Lucas pulls out his gun and just what?
Don't tempt me.
It now may occur to you that you've been tasked with the training and overseeing of this group completely on your own accord, without any supervision. It's also to
boy.
say nobody to give you guidance on how to do this.
You'd
So
imagine the
here-
others just look at Lucas. They just know he's just smiling underneath, like, oh no.
Now the
question.
question. That was the question. Does any of the individuals in here are wearing a mustache of any kind?
Some of them have facial hair, yes.
Good. Maximo will train them in the purpose of mastering their facial hair. Making sure they look good in battle is the true Vistorian way.
They're all gonna die
Also
on their
with
first
weight
day on the
training.
field. So,
Mustache and weight training.
your first challenge is somehow getting all these people to sit at attention in one place.
No, that's easy.
I'm Maximo.
All right.
If you want to, sure, try.
He can be the tough guy who actually makes things work if you really want to. I'll take it later.
Alright.
Lucas takes
Um, sure, please.
What did I say?
Lucas takes a step back.
Tech Priest
Alright.
jump scare and
Like what
make
you
him
were
attention.
saying.
Tech
I'm
Priest
waiting
jump
to
Get
scare.
attention.
I'm waiting to hear somebody attempt to get these guys to stand at attention and in line.
Alright,
Alright.
Volunteer.
Maldun is just slamming down his staff. Well, as we all know, we are sent here to train you to not die in the first 5 seconds when our. When Ireland needs you. In any way, shape, or form. To guide the Inquisition and the Emperor's will. So, we have Maximo, the muscle, as you see. Please demonstrate a little bit.
Maximo will flex the muscles, and I can train you in the ways of the muscle and the mustache, while flexing.
As you
And
keep
also
talking,
twirling the
you notice that
mustache.
a lot of them are not really even paying attention to you anymore.
Sounds like I have to hit heads.
Alright then.
Now you see why Lucas stepped back, because you're
Uh,
asking
I
any
would like-
different.
I would like to take a moment here, above game and above Mek Players, to say directly to the audience. I worked 8 months as a teacher. They're about to feel that.
Maximo takes up the frag bomb. I'm about to bomb this.
Let's blow this popsicle stand.
Did you bring a bomb to trainer school? Yes.
Yeah, they're not really paying attention to your speech anymore, Muldoon.
You see a little twitch in his eye.
I think tables should be set on fire.
Remember,
Is
you're here
there-
to train them.
Is there anything what wouldn't be too bad if I molten beam it?
No,
You might
it's
be
already hard
detected.
enough finding these locations.
Alright, I would like to see the guy who's just started talking over me and just not paying attention.
It's not the guy who's talking over you. They're just doing their own stuff.
They just stopped paying attention in general.
Yeah, like, who are you? You're just a witch.
Murdering them is not a good idea. Slowly. Painfully.
So, do you want me to scare them into attention, or how do you guys want to do it?
Wouldn't be wise, but they would probably listen to us better. Maybe can I roll a leadership roll to get their attention?
Oh, that is the idea, but you have to get to the point where you can
Oh,
make
for
them
fuck.
first.
The thing is,
Yeah.
Maximo is not really a leader, he's a follower. Even though he has the bonehead augmentation, he wasn't a bonehead of other Ogrins.
Alright, they want fucking power, they fucking see everything and everyone.
Just blow up their tables.
Right, blow up conjure flames, getting flaming swords in their neck. DN4.
I will remind you, these people have. Before you click, and I will remind you, these people have weapons.
Good.
You do.
All right,
I don't
Okay,
care.
how do you
I
find the
got
creature?
Muldoon.
Are you ready to be rushed down by 7 zealots carrying non-powered moles?
Okay, before we start
They will not.
going into a fight, you maybe want to try the Krieger method of intimidating possibly the one who's more or less the leader of this ragtag group of.
There is no leader of this group, and you're not here to intimidate. You're here to teach them how to perform guerrilla tactics. Meanwhile, so far we have an introduction to who you are, without explaining anything that they should be interested in. And now this guy is trying to summon flames, when literally the majority of these people are, and I quote Aralyn, religious zealots who know the scriptures so well they could tell the fucking priests were doing something wrong.
That's the problem. The priests are doing wrong things. You understand?
So the
We're here
moment
to
you're gonna
help
start
you.
summoning, so the moment you're gonna start summoning fires, is also the moment they're probably gonna put you in one.
As you see, my triptych is rusted shut due to the shame of the city.
I'm saying this above you.
Oh.
And I'm also trying to end the sentence at some point. But anyway,
Fine, no fire swords.
maybe a good idea.
Unfortunately,
then
everything
run for
can't be
them themselves.
settled with fire.
But he was fired up.
Everything
Yeah.
can be solved. with
We
fire.
got it. We stopped him before it got too heated.
We're still on the subject of you trying to get their attention.
Alright, if you don't want to listen, you can just go outside getting hit by the first cultist and just die on the street like the dogs you are, because you are not going to help the Emperor any way, shape, or form. Why are you even here then? Just go outside and let everyone get corrupt. That's going to be fun.
One of the
right?
ones solitating at the corner stands up and points like a club at you. And
What do you
says,
incels just go out and touch grass and something?
and says, it's like this bald man, thick beard, wearing some destitute garbs, and it says, and yet they would ask us to stay here and listen to these wits speak of service, as if they would know the sacrifices the Imperium bears with their souls for he who sits on Terra.
Oh, boy.
And one of the other one goes, "Praise, brother!"
Then yet no one's yet said anything but crickets.
Fantastic. Then please tell me, what would you do if a psyker like me would try to blow your heads off?
We'll trust in our faith in the Emperor, and in his holy light we shall find victory.
Inflict pain on him.
I
Light.
would highly not request hurting the people you are recruiting.
It only caused shock damage.
Yeah, it's just shock.
Imperial citizens have very low HP.
Oh.
He would probably survive like 1d3 shock damage, right?
Unless it's mortal wounds because his shock is too low.
Well, dude, I don't think you're helping the situation.
Lucas puts a hand on your shoulder, just nods his head, just essentially telling you in silence, calm down before you make a mistake. And then Lucas will try and calm them down the best he can without pulling out the Krieger training tactics at this point to try and get them to listen.
I love how we have an actual guard but who's refusing to take point in the training of soldiers.
Alright, alright.
The most ironic statement, because Maximo can bully, but he's not a leader.
Have a better solution. We have a Kriegsman who lived longer than all of you could. Is there one fucking reason why he lived longer? Because he's one, not a coward, 2, he knows what he's doing. Do you want to learn something from him, maybe?
I think you lost the point, Sparky. I think we should let Lucas let them know why. Because Lucas had dealt with Big Man with Bucket Face, yes?
Please do! As I just shove Lucas in front of me.
Lucas just looks back at you. You can tell the gaze is one of I'm going to kick you if you shove me
Lucas, I
again."
have some advice for you. I want you to look deep into your heart and ask yourself, what would David do?
Pull out his gun.
David would have probably shot them by now. That's the problem.
I can just imagine David walks in here, stomps boot. All right, you maggots.
Maximo was thinking that, but it's not Maximo's personality to do such things.
Lucas just grips the bridge of his gas mask like he's gripping the bridge of his nose. It slightly exasperated, like, why do I have to do this? Knowing full well he's far from a trainer of any kind, but takes a deep breath, realizes he needs to do this.
I thought this section would be too small for you guys, but apparently no, this is perfect. We're gonna be here a while.
Alright. Your religious zeal is commendable, considering the amount I have seen over my lifetime. It is very commendable. However, if you do not have the temperament or training to carry that zeal forward to take down the enemies of the God Emperor, what point is there in you even being here? Do any of them attempt to respond to that? Attempt
Roll
to
me
start.
leadership and I'll tell you.
Oh boy.
Could I assist you
No, I
in
think
some
you've
way?
done the opposite
Eh,
of assist.
Nope. And Lucas is not someone to lead, he's someone to follow orders. So he is completely out of his element.
This is gonna be interesting.
Well, Maximo does have a +1 leadership due to his Vistorian background.
I have a 6.
To your response, by the way, for what you asked me, Art, is one of them goes, well, I fought in the Periander militia for years, and never once did I die either.
Lucas just starts laughing at that. Oh, and then he responds with, "Oh, so you worked in the militia?" Before just starting to just sarcastically clap. Well, congratulations. Have you ever worked alongside the Krieger for the Death Corps? Have you? You know what we do on the daily as he just starts to walk towards them slowly as he starts relaying less than ideal information.
Just remember, you have that one metal foot clanking on the ground.
Yeah, they do hear the metal foot purposely clank with a good thump to
And
emphasize the point.
He lost leg to Heretic, but killed Heretic really good.
Can you roll intimidation, Lucas? See if that works for you.
This is where being a Krieger's actually good.
Let's find out if it is.
Well,
Alright, that beats his resolve. Well, can't say I have, sir. But that guy maybe. He points to one of the brooding ones, just sitting off in some far place from the others. Horrible face scarring. Destitute clothes, but wears some medals on him.
Why do you remain silent while they start throwing their mouths around as if they know any better?
Because got nothing to say, sir.
Why don't you speak up? Speak up. We
Said,
are trying.
got nothing to say, sir.
This one seems promising.
Indeed. This man knows what to do, but he sees the rest of you acting like children, like fools.
I don't
You
see
can be
children
strong.
here. I
No,
see.
they are. You see, children will only run their mouths, acting as if they know better, but they can do good.
Oh,
As I then point to the man who has remained silent, but he remains silent, knowing fully well there is much still to learn. He is a true soldier, one who knows when to speak and when to act. All of you have much to learn.
As you look at him, can you roll me a scholar, Lucas? I'll set the NRL low because there's a high likelihood you would know this. Oh yeah. As long as you got any success, basically you would know this. You recognize the man is wearing a cap. And it's not just any ordinary civilian cap. It's a cap of a uniform that you would know. And considering his scarring and his medals, it would make sense that you would piece together, considering what part of the galaxy you're in, what kind of experience this man previously had. Describe this cap he's wearing. It has a black forward brim, a red band, and the cap itself is blue. Typical headwear of the Mordian Iron Guard. You would know Mordians to be the closest regiment to Periandor.
but that's strange, having one here so close in this place.
Well, as I said, he does seem like very much retired.
Retired. Since when many retire from God?
Well, maybe you shouldn't be asking that the DM. You should probably ask that in the game if you ever want to know that.
Maximus internal
Plus, you
monologue.
don't know this.
Exactly.
Lucas does.
Yeah, this is
Lucas
my...
would be the only one who actually notices this. So
There's no
You would look-
Vistorian here, so...
yeah, if it was Vestroyan, then yes, you would be like, "What are you doing here?" But no, Morian Iron Guard. Lucas then just keeps his attention on the man, and he asks him, honestly, a very blunt yet insightful question: Why are you here?
Got discharged as a veteran years ago. High Command said that my unit was no longer needed. Too few, too injured. Sent us all back home. Came back to Periandor. The Imperium tends to often forget those who fight for it, sir.
I don't. As Lucas then recounts several numbers that outside of those in Krieg they wouldn't really know, but to him, those were his former squad mates. He as Lucas does remember.
Maximo does not remember his squad mates because he's an ogre.
Lucas then tells him, I remember all of them. We may all wear the same style gas mask, but I remember their actions, their deeds, their sacrifice. I will never forget them, for they served with honor. And if you still fight, then your name is always worth remembering. Veteran of the Mordian Iron Guard, you are an exemplary of what it means to fight. Do not skulk in the shadows. Stand in the light.
Aye, sir.
Since he's veteran, does he know good tricks?
All Mordian Iron Guard are considered exemplary soldiers of the Imperium. I would fight if any of them joined my troops in combat. I would stand with them proudly.
Maximo turns towards him. Can you still fight? Or at least still shoot?
I mean, my reflexes and skills may not be what they were before my injury, sir. But I guarantee you, I can still shoot a heretic like any other.
Good. Do you still able to train? That's even better.
What?
Able to train.
Oh. As in others?
Yes.
Is what you're asking him?
Yes, if he's able to train others. Because Maximo doesn't know his rank, so he's just trying to assume.
I'm just a guardsman, sir. Never had to train anyone in my life.
Not even conscripts?
Never dealt with them. Mordners take pride in being some of the best, and would take only some of the best.
Lucas then proceeds to just walk over to him as he's speaking. But in times of war, we do need to accept any and all aid, even if they are not always the best at first. As he stands over him.
I almost have to expect it to jive and just look at Maximo. He's not the best, but he's still useful.
As just funny enough, motions towards Maximo. Look at the Ogren. Even though he is slow-witted, admittedly, he has still proven himself far and above beyond any soldier I could imagine of the Ogren's caliber. These men, they are rough, unmolded, unfinished. But I know we can easily shape them into fine blades of the Imperium. So long as we all push them in the right direction. As he then just shows essentially a camaraderie hand towards him and then asks him, will you aid the Imperium in its dark hour?
I want you to make me a leadership test with 2 bonus dice.
Can Maximo assist with this as well? With my leadership of...
Do you have any points in the skill?
I have
Beyond your
plus...
regimental affiliation.
Basically, I only have the points of regimental affiliation.
Basically, what I'm asking is, have you yourself spent the experience to train leadership? Then no, you may not.
Oh.
That's the rule I've been using all this time. Would you like to spend the after or all of it, perhaps?
Yes.
All right, we'll take that. Right ahead. Ooh, a Fey and a Glory. All right. That's our first glory point for the session.
Yay.
All right. Considering the resolve of the nearby people being what it is, that I would consider it a, well, fair success.
Yeah. You heard the man. We can do it.
You've managed to meet the conviction of some of the more stubborn ones with the 3.
Yay, this is a win again.
And
Psychers.
he takes your hand and says, "Aye, sir, I shall." And the guy who earlier said parade stands up and says, "Well, we should." He stands up on like a table and says, "Well, brethren, we shouldn't stand aside while the guard does all the work for us. That has been the way for so long, and now the enemy is within us. We should probably at least hear them out."
Except for the witch. He creeps me out.
One of the ones in the back. "I'm not listening to a witch," says one in the back.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to listen to him.
Everybody loves the zealots, right? Crazy.
Maldon is just going to...
Then why is
Not
veteran
so
sharpshooter the
creepy,
most popular class inside Dogtide?
I don't think it is.
It said so on its Twitter account.
Then it's probably definitely a lie.
Yeah, I think Fatsark needs to go play in a lobby or two. Everybody plays Psychers.
And or Ogren.
No, it's all Psychers, trust me.
I love
I
big,
played
big
Fey
friendly
matches
rock.
and I found 9 Psychers.
Nice.
I
Anyways,
had no other teammates. So, back to the game. So you have successfully gotten them to line up and listen effectively. Now, on the matters ahead, you guys have to make sure these guys know the basics of espionage, sabotage, and combat.
Oh boy.
Have fun.
I'd say instead of immediately just tackling these in a scattershot manner, perhaps it would be wise that now that you have them all essentially waiting for you to call them to attention, perhaps it would be wise for the 4 of you to go to a more remote area of this underground facility and create a regiment of how you're going to do this.
should we just do a 12-minute training montage video?
No, we're gonna probably dedicate the next session to training these people. And for now, you guys can just discuss the plan for next time, because
I was thinking it was just more of a joke jump cut and just, whoa, that was the most intense 12 seconds
because
of our life.
You're gonna need a lot of checks. Yeah, not getting the monta statement.
Yeah, let's hold off on that unless we absolutely have to.
Yeah.
So, would you guys like to make a plan? Or would you like to just immediately start tackling the training in whatever way you think?
Let's create a training routine. Because I really don't want to do the montage and us potentially blowing someone up.
Yeah,
Eh, we're in a
basically
hospital area,
the
so-
idea of your
Yeah.
the
There's
idea of
medical
your
supplies
work
above
here.
us.
The idea of your work here is you have one day to make sure these guys are technically good enough that they won't die on their first mission. Well, a majority of them won't die on their first mission.
Okay.
Well, 33% of them won't die on their first mission. Sounds doable?
Maybe.
Well, the non-zealots who won't die on the...
Much better, I mean.
Muldoon, I'm gonna make sure those zones die. Wait.
No, I'm going to kill them first. You know, they are going out.
If
"All right,
somebody
zealots."
sets if you're sneaking and somebody points at you with a flashlight, jump and quack.
I'm just now imagining Docs 404 trying to teach him how the ways of the jump scare.
No, he will take over.
He'll take more deal with the technical stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Pun
there is
intended.
a part. Trust me, there is a part where you're gonna have to teach them how to use like gadgets, like auspexes, pic recorders, stuff like that.
Oh no, you have to teach old people how to use the internet.
Exactly.
God damn it.
I have to do that
Okay.
all the time already.
We're gonna do some more. All right, so you are all gathered like around the table. Maximo is sitting on two stools of one for its butt cheek.
I have a big butt and I cannot lie.
Both of these statements are correct.
Maximo has not lied yet. He just obscured the truth.
Exactly. It was a good bread.
It was good bread.
Exactly. So you're all sitting around the table, far away from your recruits. And now it's time to discuss how you're gonna do this.
All right. We need them to train in 3 areas: practical combat, espionage, and sabotage. This will be tricky.
I can teach him how to fight. You teach him how to stealth. And Docs can teach him how to use the machines. And
And
Sparky
I'll be
can just
watching.
watch.
Yes, definitely.
He can also provide motivation, if not target practice.
I'm not going to be a target dummy.
No, you
This will be
provide
a
the
William
targets.
Tell moment.
If I may offer some above game guidance here, as the DM,
Please do.
as the psyker, you are probably the most experienced in teaching them how to, resist the corrupting powers.
Maybe. Sure.
Maybe.
I mean, here's the thing: you are the only one here who has to deal with Zins tickling the back of your cerebellum every day.
True.
Hey
kid,
kid, want a new insurance?
You ever wonder what a Rubik's Cube looks like in your head? There you go.
Hey kid, imagine the gif of a rotating apple. That's just the keyword image for Maldoon to just go apeshit.
Alright, so...
Banana. Rotate.
Instead,
Banana.
Fire 4,
Rotate
right?
faster.
And Wall of Fire, Wall of Flames 2, right?
No,
Rotate the banana.
learn a new you learn the Maleficarum power, Soul Blaze. You start igniting people and turning them into demons of Zint.
Just a couple of them, you know.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
You know, I
Alright.
actually have a specific card that'll be fun.
All right, quick, snap back to reality. Here comes gravity.
Quite dense.
Indeed. So, with that in mind, discuss your plan and how you're going to tackle training these people. Aside, from who is taking what role. just so you don't, just so you have an idea of how you're actually going to do this.
We get the ones that are strong to do lifting, so they can be stronger.
Yes,
Well-
but they need tactical combat experience. But yes, but they also need combat training, not just in muscle building, but some basic throws and punches, as well as firing practice as well.
Mm-hmm. You can help with firing.
Will
I
I
can help
mind?
with fighting.
The smaller mind there. You have 1 day to train these people. Yeah. Like
Fun.
by the end of the day, you have to be back at the depot.
Well, I could help them with the basic braining, resist corruption, not letting Zinch take over your body.
I could kill him with a
All the
basic
fun
braining, and it's just one dude with a baseball bat.
You know, I could find it amusing that we actually just do like a buffet line. Each soldier just walks up to us. We do a quick 1 minute training with them, and he goes to the next one. 1 minute training, 1 minute training, 1 minute training, and then the old dude just and just moves on. More or less, depending on each individual who passes by.
Whose brain is still intact after the time I finish with them, they are fine.
Why are half of them convulsing?
Well, that's their problem, not mine. And they probably needed some technical help as I looked at docs. They're probably not used to using comm leeches and stuff.
I can go over them with if we need to be able to divide it up fairly, my espionage training could involve target practice as well, getting them to more so take clean, careful shots instead of just spraying out into the open. That might be able to help. That might be able to help alleviate Matsumo's more rigorous strength training.
And you all give me an awareness test. Yeah,
Wait, whose awareness?
all of you.
Oh.
Test.
Maximo got a 1. Oh no, Doc sees everything.
A 6.
He
Wait.
does see everything.
Ah, there.
Muldoon, Lucas, and Max and Docs, you see behind the Maximo where the crowd is. As you're saying about ballistic training, you see one of the what you assume to be scavvies, gangers, has like an autogun, and you notice there is like a bullet that's been cocked in the firing mechanism, so it's jammed. And like he's trying to fire the shooting range, but it's not firing. So the first thing he does to check what's going on is he looks
no.
inside the barrel.
Oh
He
no!
doesn't shoot him. He doesn't shoot himself, but his first reaction is look at the barrel.
Fucking hell.
And
I yell at him.
And the guy from the guard just. Oh, sorry. What are you gonna say?
I'm about to tell him to stop unless someone else gets there first.
No. I want you to yell what you're going to yell.
I
was
tell him to do not look down do not look at the barrel.
Proceeds to hold
Yeah.
gun towards him.
And as you say that, he turns with a gun, literally pointing towards you. Yeah. And as that happens, the fucking Mortian guard guy goes there, like pushes the gun barrel to the side, slaps him on the back of the head, and he starts telling him something you can't hear from a distance. Just to give you an idea of what you're working with, basically.
Oh boy.
See, if anyone
I
decided to
will-
shoot Maximo, it'll just plink off the back of his head. Just like, oh, this was a failed assassination attempt to kill the big guy, huh?
I'm guessing our first sign is to get them knowing of their equipment first, and then we start training of the more physical aspects of combat.
Definitely. We don't want to miss fires.
And I could assist in other ways, watching over the put his hands up with quotation students and see if there's any ways we could assist him into understanding what needs to be done for their actions.
Lucas thinks for a moment, looks towards the veteran Mordian. We might would also employ him as well in aiding in the training.
He could probably assist with me with instructing them how to use their equipment properly and possibly how to do simple repairs or unjamming of their weapons.
He could also aid Matsumo in the physical training as well, helping to focus Matsumo's blunt approach, be more effective.
Maximo's no longer blunt, he's now brutal.
Same thing.
Yeah, at least Maximo knows historian training, especially of Ogrins. Still.
Alright. So you guys have an idea of how you're going to tackle this next time?
Mm-hmm.
Not a clue.
Excellent. Excellent. On equal parts. And correct me if I'm wrong, but Art, I think we're closing in on our usual time.
Yes, we are.
Alright. Well, with that, and to not drag this over long for no reason, I think this, as you all stand up ready to begin tackling this training exercise, this is a good point to end the session. And I already know what we're naming the next one, if nobody has any objections.
Training montage?
No,
Oh.
I'm gonna post in the Roll20 chat.
Oh no.
Actually, I'm gonna post it in the Discord chat, so it won't be spoiled for anyone watching.
Why MCA?
No, you'll see.
God damn it.
Don't
Oh.
say anything.
Exactly.
this
Don't
is
say
gonna-
anything. But just imagine the visual of Lucas grabbing a bunch of last gun, tossing them out to a crowd.
Oh no.
Are we gonna have to break out into a mock song about this?
There's gonna be so many holes on the ceiling now.
I mean, our next session, by the way, will be on the, since the 10th is an off week, our next session will be on the 17th or 18th for some. If nobody has a problem with that.
No.
So yeah,
problems.
Daylight
with 2
savings
weeks
time.
ahead, I could easily make you a parody song if you want me to.
That would be great.
You know what? Do it. Do it. We're gonna have to go all in on this.
I mean, considering that I still have a lot of notes we then go through that I was planning for the next couple of sessions, yeah, I think that would be my work for these 2 weeks. Make a parody song for this next sequence.
Do it. Do it.
I'll also have to
Really?
find an off-brand instrumental that is like slightly off.
Oh my.
Then we have to roll to see who sings.
Then we have to roll. Then we have to roll to see who gets DMCA'd.
As long as it's uniquely distinct, we should be fine.
Oh yeah, I've made multiple parodies of the song and other
boy.
songs.
So we should be fine.
I have to sing in a character too. That would be funny.
Of course.
Oh,
I mean, if you
that-
guys want, I can have us make a little number about this. I'm not gonna have a proper number on the session itself, but perhaps after I get my new mic, we can have all of us recording character about a proper parody song.
oh my god, that'd be brilliant. Be brilliant.
Yes.
Hear that, everyone? We're gonna have a musical episode next time.
Hellfighters, the musical
Fantastic.
on ice.
Can't wait to kill myself.
Hellfighters are rock opera.
But I think your Tia could agree that it's on a good note.
Is Maximo the bass or the soprano?
Both.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So, let's see us all off. Starting with Lucas.
My name is Artivore, and I have been playing Lucas, a reluctant man who somehow was able to inspire this group of aspiring militiamen? Question mark?
Exclamation mark.
It worked.
Question mark? Exclamation mark?
At least no one died.
Next
Oh,
up, we'll have the fabulous Maximum.
Hello, I am also known as Big Mek Plays. You can still head over to me channel on Big Mek Plays on YouTube, Twitch, and my Twitter account to find out updates and all that. You can also tune in every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. CST to see the latest episode of The Odd Boys on my Twitch. And I have it usually up on my YouTubes on Thursdays. Usually. When things go good.
I highly recommend it. They basically have Gul'dan now.
Yeah, basically it's an all-orc adventure with the Odd Boys. Strange group, but fun.
Someone would
Like-
say, oh,
They
Speaking of odd,
their last episode, they kind of one-shot one of my bosses, unintentionally, but intentional, and I was surprised.
and speaking of odd, next up we have Muldoon.
I was Crazy Pet, who's playing Muldoon, the short-fused and looks like hated striker of the team. Not by the team, but
You're
everybody
experiencing
else.
a microaggression, yes.
No, not micro. It was pretty big.
Okay, you're experiencing a macroaggression at work. If you have any problems with microaggressions in your workplace, please refer to your superiors.
Oh,
What about
confirmed.
macroaggressions?
Then I refer to the Inquisitor himself, I don't know.
It
See,
was a pleasure.
we all know how to deal with microwaves, but what do you know how to deal with a macrowave?
And I know who does. Our Spooky Uki, Docs404.
Didn't even jump scare this episode. What's going on?
Been an off week and such. This has been Docs404, played by Dr. Lulu Moon.
Yes. And I have been many of the other characters you've seen, also known as your illustrious storyteller and dungeon master, Sir_Reaper. And you can find me here, but also at Sir_Reaper, my YouTube channel. I've gotten back to doing stuff, mostly streams, as I said at the beginning, and I'm likely going to be doing some Hitman World of Assassination, maybe with some company. But that's all for me for now. I'm looking forward to seeing you all, players and audience included, next time on the next episode of Hellfighters. And quickfire, what's our closing message today?
Well, Maximo always recommends to get your dishes done. You don't want the chef to look at you funny. And also, you don't need to have your food smelling weird after you cook with it. Wash your dishes.
All right, and I think that sets us off to go.
We all say our goodbyes. Goodbye, and have yourself a nice
Bye.
time.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.